Alright, things that you will need. You will need a bowl, 3 eggs. You can use more if you're hungrier, but I'm not terribly hungry, so we're going to use 3. Some butter, your pan, something to whisk the eggs together, what you'll be using to stir the eggs in the pan, salt, and pepper. I don't personally use pepper, but you can put it in. First, we're going to put the butter inside the pan for it to melt before we stir the eggs. So you want about a tablespoon. Probably shouldn't do it like this because someone's going to get mad when they want to use the butter next. But I'm doing it anyways. And then you want to turn it to medium heat. This way, like, it's not going to burn, but later we're going to turn it up a little bit higher, just because this is a tutorial. I need it lower because it's going to take me a little bit longer to make the eggs, but usually you should have enough time when you set it to like high or like 8 to be able to stir all the eggs and then put it into the pan. Alright, now on to the eggs. So since I only have one hand, I'm going to crack these one-handed. I recommend 2 hands so that your hands don't get eggy. Yeah. If you're curious how I'm cracking these, I do 1, 2, and then I press in on the crack, and then I slide them apart. Okay, now we're gonna stir them, so cook each yolk, and whisk. I recommend holding the bowl, but again, I only have one hand, so. See how there's that, like, that little darker yellow? You want to get rid of that. And I'm kind of beating them up and down, kind of like in a circle towards myself. Okay, so this is good now. So then we're gonna put in some salt. Since this is a grinder, I'm gonna need both hands, but I'm just gonna grind this 2 rotations. This comes with practice. Rule of thumb when you're first learning is just to put a pinch for each egg you use. But as you continue, you'll get better at it. Now that our butter is melted, we're going to just try to cover the entire bottom with butter. You can do this by just like tilting the pan like I am now. Just usually takes a while. If you've ever played Cooking Mama, it's just like Cooking Mama. One of the few techniques in the game that's actually true about real life. This is fairly important. If you're like me, I don't like my eggs sticking to the bottom of the pan. First of all, it means less egg to eat, and second, it means more cleaning. So it's important that you cover the entire bottom. This isn't a step you should just kind of like say good enough for. Alright, so now that it's all buttered, we're going to turn it higher, and then you can watch me cook the eggs. You've been letting your eggs like sit for a while in salt and or pepper. You should probably try and whisk them back together a little bit because the salt makes them split. And I'm just waiting for it to get hot enough. As you can tell, I'm putting my hand over it to get a sense of like how hot it is. Initially you're gonna have like heat sensors, but eventually you're gonna get really good at it.
So they're just slightly brown, so that's also a good indicator that it's the right time. And it's a very fast process. I'm going to shake the pan back and forth while stirring really fast. Notice that I took it off the heat so I could have more control of where things, I guess, cook, because it's a very, very fast process. So right now, this looks pretty good for the inside of an omelet. So I'm going to slowly fold it, try not to rip it. I've been really good about that these last couple days. Didn't do it. I'm going to put it on a plate. Notice that I put it at the bottom. I'm going to now flip it over. Oh, see, I did it nicely. And I'm going to roll it onto the plate. And that is how you get a nice looking one. Alright, so I'm going to cut it open so I can show you what the insides look like. Alright. So, you see how thin this cover is? You want to make this as thin as physically possible. Humanly, physically, yeah. So, you can see that it looks very creamy on the inside. It's not oozing with cream, but that's honestly because of when I took it off. But this is how I like it. Yeah. And that is how you make an omelet. This is gonna take a lot of practice, so don't feel bad. This is to tell you the truth, this is my 5th attempt of recording this to give you guys a tutorial. So that just shows you how difficult this process is. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it.